When the whole world was dragged into World War III, brave men like my father fought on the front lines. And they weren't alone. That was 20 years ago. Now it's up to us to carry on their legacy. And every so often, the earth from which we come gives way for something new, something greater to be born, and with them, even greater threats to face. Bring it on! Phenomenova. For you, Dad. For you. I just want it to be like the Crusader Corps. Like my father. I thought with my new powers I could be. But I failed. I let everyone down. I got people hurt. I just wanted to make the world a better place. And instead I made things worse. But now I have the chance to make things right with the help of one of the Crusader Corps. The Phoenix Senshi. And I will. I have to. Whatever it takes. I will find that spark again.
Ladies and gentlemen, start your engines.
Someone says, what's the future? Vaughn Coleman.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. What's going on, guys? I want to thank all of you for all the support thus far. And first thing I'm going to do, just because it's a lot to manage, first thing I'm going to do, ready? Boom. I just hit almost ready to go live. Hold on. What the hell? I didn't finish something? Give me a second. This is embarrassing. Almost ready to go live. What did I not add? Hold on a second. I was going to just immediately... What the hell? What the hold on. I gotta add a I gotta add campaign tags. Okay, what the hell? All right, one sec. This is not the introduction I was expecting. My category is comics. What are the all right? What were my tags for issue 1? Give me a second, guys. And then we can get right into the celebration without further delay. I'm motivated to get this done fast because, man, did this kill the momentum. I was hyping it up. I was What the? Did Indiegogo just crash? Adventure superhero. All right, what were the tags I put for issue 1? 1 second. This is ridiculous. This is absolutely ridiculous that I'm I was so hyped, dude. I was like 100% in. I'm going to say hi to all of you in a second. I saw some great comments and I wanted to get right to them. And I'm being felted. I'm being felted by by Indiegogo. God damn it. What were the tags I used for issue 1? Apparently I have to do tags? I didn't know that. What did I put? All right, indie. Okay. All right, so that should be it. All right, now I could go live. Well, why is indie even a tag on Indiegogo? It's literally in the name of the platform. All right, now I have to do team. I already did this. Okay. Okay. I should have just played a video while this happened. This is a travesty. All right, I'm speed running this, but I hope you guys are doing well. I have a list of topics I want to get into and some guests I want to include. This has been a really fun stream, and I have a lot of fun stuff to really show you. So we're just going to move right past this little hiccup and get right into it. If you guys prefer, here's the thing. Most people have told me they don't really care. But the fact of the matter is, you might be saying, well, why are you launching on Indiegogo? Didn't you do that poll? That only like 14% said they will only back on Indiegogo. Exactly, 14%. I knew most people in that poll weren't gonna. Most people generally will back you on whatever platform you launch on if they like you. That's the honest to God truth. But there's that small percentage. Now, if you're a big enough creator, if you're like say Brian Polito, like, and you're like, I don't even need to bother with Indiegogo, that's fine. That's fine. But I'm not that, you know. So what does that mean? What that means, let's see. What the fuck? What that means is basically I just have to. God damn it. Smash like. Yeah, this is. All right. It'll be done in a few. It'll be done. I just have to type in one more thing and then it'll be done. And then it'll be completely done. Yeah. This is ridiculous. This is so dumb. I was so excited. I had this set up, and then I guess I had post con brain, and I forgot to because I set this up a while ago so I could just hit tap, but I guess I forgot to include like one thing, and now I'm getting felted. So I will answer all of your questions. I already saw a few that a few scathing accusations that are really unfounded that I would love to address. Because quite frankly, guys, I find this absolutely disgusting. To be honest with you, here at Rebel Oasis Studios, we don't tolerate. What's the? Do you guys remember the React World controversy? I don't know why. Just like recently, I've been thinking about that a lot. I think it was like the Fine Bros. Fine Bros did this whole thing where they were like crushing small creators, but they tried to phrase it as an anti-bullying ad. That has to be like one of the funniest. They're like, don't if you see someone going against someone else, don't stand for it. And I was thinking about that. Oh man, that was like it was like big creators bullying small creators, and they were like making it seem like they were the noble ones. It was so good. Oh my God, that was one of the funniest. All right. Hold on. Ba, da, da, da. All right, there we go. Oh man. They tried to trademark React content. It's one of the best controversies of all time. And then there were like memes that were like, "This guy slaps your wife's ass in public, but he will sue you if you react." How do you proceed? Oh, it's so good, so good. All right, can I? All right, there we go. All right, Indiegogo is live. Indiegogo is live. Now we could actually go back. That was supposed to be a triumphant thing, and now it's kind of like a sad whimper because it's like, yay, Vaughn finally fucking did the. It was supposed to be, whoa, let's get back. Let's get right into the stream. We're going. That was the whole, that was my bit, and it got ruined. I got felted. All right, guys. So I think it's live. Yeah, let's go, boys. That's right. If you're like, I only want Indiegogo, then that's perfectly valid, and I wouldn't read that in a mocking tone. Now there is one less cover on every other platform. There's one exclusive on Fund My Comic. Also, I do get less if you back on Indiegogo, but that's okay. So we also still have on Fund My Comic. Of course, I prefer people back there, but you know what? I'll take it back. You guys back wherever your little heart wants to back. You know what I mean? Hold on. Wherever your little heart wants, that's where you guys can back. Okay, guys. Let me go ahead and blast an email update. That should be now. Hopefully, if I just press this button, it'll let me do my job. Okay, thank you. Great. And then this button will let me do my job. And now we could actually get into the fucking big list of topics that I was excited to talk about before I got felted. Fuck it. We ballin'. I don't even, if there's a spelling error in my email, I don't give a shit. It has the link. So that's good enough for me. Fuck it. We live, boys. Fuck it. We live, boys. All right, that's not. I don't think there's a spelling error. Now, am I going to double check now that I have a live stream going? Of course not. Or triple check because I did double check. Oh my God. I thank God I actually did check. I wrote Indiegogo. Holy shit. I have like 3 spelling errors. No, thank God. All right. No more. Thank fucking God, dude. All right, boys. And sent. Also, if you guys aren't on my email list, you should be. It's statistically proven that everyone who is on my email list has a big penis. So, well, unless you're a woman, then you have, I don't know, what the large breasts. I don't know what the female. You know what I mean. You're cool if you're on my email list. It's the cool kids club, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, smash that like button, everyone. All right, now I'm going to go through all your questions, all your incredibly intelligent, I'm sure not at all stupid questions and comments. And I mean that sincerely. I mean, everyone, listen, if you're here because you made an intelligent decision to back Phenomenova issue 2, or to even support it, even if you haven't backed it yet, you're considering backing it. And that makes you the most intelligent people on the face of the earth, as far as I'm concerned, really, if you think about it. You know what I mean? Hang on, where the fuck did I put my list of topics? I literally made a list of topics. Oh, here it is. That is not my list of topics. All right, fuck it. God damn it. I literally had it right here. This whole thing threw off my whole moment. I was ready to go. I was into it. In 20 minutes into this goddamn stream. Well, here we go, boys. You know what? We're just gonna do it. Fuck it, we ball. So first of all, let me get the champagne in order because you know, I said I would do it if I hit my goal. Now I was in the car driving back from a great convention. I will say I had my first convention that I was tabling at. Went great. It was a tiny con in New Jersey. It wasn't. I mean, it wasn't. You know what? It was pretty small, but I managed, man. I did well. I sold copies. I made back more. Well, way more than what I spent on the table. And now that I've had that experience, I'm confident. It turns out these people run like a bunch of shows in New Jersey, so I'm going to be doing as many of them as I can. Just as many small shows as I can, as well as some bigger shows. And it'll be great. I am very excited for all of this. And, you know, I learned some things I need to improve on, and I'm going to improve on all of them. It's been great. We had so I not only was it making money at the show, I also got one new backer at the show. You know, I have an ad for issue 2 on my table. So I got people were like, I already know I want issue 2 before they even bought issue 1. They bought issue 1. Then now they're getting issue 2. And it's great. And the only way to get the variant covers of issue 1 and of any issue going forward, if you miss the campaign, is to buy it at a convention, of course, at a higher price. So make sure you guys do that if you haven't already. Like as in see me at a con if you haven't gotten those variant covers. But you have the chance to get them all. There are 3 variant covers for issue 2. But if you're backing on Indiegogo or later Kickstarter, that means there's 2 variant covers to choose from. But Scream Queen Selena says, "Hail, thank you. Hail to you, Professor Savage Dad." He's not even here. Oh yeah, that was earlier on. How are we supposed to celebrate another fake out? It was going to be demonic. Yeah, we have a lot of we're going to talk about Goonergate, which is the dumbest fucking controversy. Like, thank God I was in my car. And doing something productive, because I was like, thank God I wasn't like in a workflow, because we were going to talk about it on Friday Night Rogues, which everyone should subscribe to Iron Oxide's channel if you haven't already. And thank God I did that before, because I was like, this is the stupidest piece of shit controversy. It's a non-controversy. And because of that, it's almost so non-controversial that it makes me angrier than if there was a serious issue to discuss. Like it makes me irrationally angry at how dumb that controversy is. How is this update number 3? Oh, it's update number 3 from Indiegogo. Okay, cool. All right. Hello, what's going on, Dave? One of the best, by the way. Perfect 10, Dave. If you're not modded, I'll make sure you're modded so you can show your stuff. Because not even just because you're a friend of mine, but more importantly, because Dave is making my favorite indie comic superhero series right now. He really is. And everyone should be supporting this dude. Perfect 10 lives up to its name. It is incredible. It's my favorite. Absolute favorite. Creative Welshman, how you doing, man? Evening, I can actually catch one of these live. Well, I'm glad to see you here. You know you can turn off the reactions, right? What reactions? Congrats, Vaughn. Thank you, man. Thank you, Garfield's Bizarre Adventure. Crenshaw did a great review of it. Actually, I think I was decorating a Christmas tree with my mom, and I played that review. I was like, Mom, I got a review. And I played it, and she was like, oh, my God, that's awesome. So my mom even loved your review. By the way, issue 2 does have to pass the Mrs. Coleman, a.k.a. the mom test. And what I mean by that is, so you know, most people are like, oh, if you just send it to your mom, she'll just praise it up and down. No, my mom is like, I gave it to my mom to read, and she comes back to me with a stack of Post-its and is like, yeah, here are some grammar revisions. She's like, you need. I'm like, well, Mom, it's, you know, I mean, it's already. She's like, no, you're fixing these. I'm like, okay, so I'm confident with issue. I have to get through my editor's notes for issue 2. I do, but you know, that also means I have to get through the mom test. But it's lettered, it's basically done, and we just have to do some stuff. By the way, I do need someone to do the credits page and stuff. So if anyone is interested, because Bobby can't do it this time. Ooh, you see that? Let me know. I should have just let that pop off on stream. That could have been fun. I mean, maybe hazardous, but it would have been good entertainment. All right, quick question. But who's the guy dressed in U.S. colors in the Crusader Corps? I've taken to calling him U.S. Punk. I saw that. That is so fun fact about that. Initially, for every draft, and he was conceived and designed as Boom Boy, but his name was never stated in the book. Now, I was promoting Phenomenova issue 1 on the Diaz Brothers live stream, and I said Boom Boy, and Phil goes, yeah, that name needs work. Now, Phil is always, he hated the name Phenomenova. He would message me like every couple days saying, yeah, here's a better name. Phenomenova. But he also goes, yeah, there's a better name for him. Why don't you call him Kid Kaboom? And I was like, you know what? I like that. So he was Boom Boy literally through production until, because his name was never stated in the actual book itself. But I believe in the script of the book of issue 1, the document I have, it is still written as Boom Boy. But his name has been changed to Kid Kaboom. Which is part of why Phil, I mean, he obviously was a big help, but part of why special thanks, Phil did come up with the name Kid Kaboom. So that is his name, Kid Kaboom. Vaughn's computer portrays him. It wasn't the computer this time. It was, it was actually my fault. I didn't put crucial information on Indiegogo. So, great start here, Vaucoma, aka Jim Alaska. I think it's Jim Alaska, right? Vaucoma. You're Jim Alaska. Yeah, you're saying hi. This is what I notice. Every time someone has an alt account, they always say hi to each other as if that's going to throw people off. Ronald Skinburn does it with his alt, Brony for life. The people with alts, they come in on one account, then they log out and come in on another account and say hi to each other as if that's going to throw me. I know it's you. I know it's you. This is a repeat of the first launch. No, the first launch was worse. Was it? The first launch was worse because I launched an hour before my launch stream and didn't realize it until as I was editing the campaign. I was like, wait a minute. It's at like $100. How are people backing my, oh shit, it's live. So it was live for a full hour before my launch stream on issue 1. But this was not my true launch. So it's my Indiegogo launch. So it checks out. This is my celebration stream, but also I wanted to roll right into Indiegogo. I'm like, same attitude with Indiegogo that I had last time. There's people that already are going to back it that wanted the Indiegogo specifically. And I'm like, you guys have already been paying attention to me. You're waiting on the Indiegogo. Here it is. Kickstarter is kind of, a lot of the same audience, I guess, but also a different audience. Kickstarter has the largest pool. But because there's so much on Kickstarter, there's not a lot of reasons for people who are on Kickstarter to even bother looking at Indiegogo or Kickstarter because it's so insignificant compared to how many books are on Kickstarter that they just stay there. And so that's why Kickstarter, I kind of give its own special, whatever. TikTok owns IGG, false. Hence why it's down. Well, no, so TikTok is back, which I want to touch on because that's an interesting topic. It is back. Which people were already coping about Trump reinstating it. I called it too. I was like, they're going to bitch about it. And already they're like, it's this girl. I have this video saved of this girl putting on her makeup going, yeah, so we are not giving him credit for this. Like the first thing I saw when I reopened TikTok, they're coping already. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. But you know what is shut down? CapCut, which I don't know. I didn't know that was part of that. But CapCut, maybe it's owned by TikTok, maybe not. But it's the app I use to make all my shorts. So I'm like, what the fuck? So I don't know what to use. I got felted. So that's fucked because I'm really good with my shorts. And I was about to record one on Nosferatu before I went live. And then I saw that was banned. And I'm like, fuck it. I'll just go live and figure this out later. So yeah. All right. I'm genuinely entertained. That's good. That's good. See, people seem to like watching my suffering. I do know. Like I noticed that when I'm having fun with a video game, versus when I'm angry, yeah, people enjoy my suffering a lot. So it's good. It means I'm very entertaining. Vaughn is logged on to Indiegogo. I wouldn't be surprised if they made that, to be honest. Goonergate, anyone? We will touch on that. No Eggman pissing on the moon. No, I already held people up long enough. Otherwise, I like it. Sorry if I was late, but congratulations. Dude, don't worry about it, Bo. Oh, love the profile picture. You a Batman fan? Either one, I'm not talking to you on Instagram, am I? Or is that just a different Batman/Sonic fan? Either way, fellow intellectual Bo, good to have you here. Smash like. I have not crashed any cars lately. Actually, I drove to and from a convention and also to a friend's house. So many hours of driving, no car crashing this weekend. So fuck you. Crashed my car at my dreams. I don't know what that means. They tried to copyright the React format. It was huge 10 years. Dude, I can't believe it's been 10 years. They tried to trademark React content. Yeah, exactly. Remember the guy who tried to make own the word edge? What? Someone tried to own the word edge? That's crazy. Anyway, I'm going to start celebrating my victory. Is this how you pour champagne? This is too much, right? You're not. How much are you supposed to pour? Because I usually pour high up, but I've been told that this is a bad thing to do with alcohol. Because normally I'll pour my wine. They'll be like, that's a huge glass of wine. Which, first of all, let me just say, why do they make the glasses so big so that way you can get yelled at for using the glass properly? Like if I pour a glass of milk, right, I fill it up. But then with alcohol, like, why do you need these big glasses? Like, okay, if it's supposed to be, you're supposed to only fill it up to. This is the same thing with wine glasses. They make these big glasses for wine, and they want you to fill it up like a third of the way or halfway. That's fucking stupid. Just make the glass smaller. See, if I was running the world, it would be better. Vote for me, Von Coleman, Supreme Dictator, 2028, because I'm not ready yet. The world's not ready for me yet. Why are you slapping people's wife's ass in public? I'm not. All right. Yeah, the campaign game again. With my heart is, I don't know what this is in reference to. Bringing Goonergate to IGG. I bring Goonergate to every platform. Which Goonergate again, dumbest controversy. I had a question. Who is the guy? Oh yeah. I already got this. Congrats. Good job. Thank you. Why do I have hemorrhoids? I don't. Fuck you. Is it live? Is that a live as in live? Yes, this is live. Yeah, boys. I saw live in concert and Stone Temple Pilots back to back and did a stream talking about it. I still have the drumstick from live. The drummer handed it to the guy in front of me, got two, and he handed me one. It was awesome. So I have the drumstick from that concert. One of the topics was a saga of sunsets. Trust me, bro. One of the topics of what? Is that your book? You can bring your book. Here's another question that'll decide the fate of mainstream X-Men comics. The Storm Foot Fetish cover sell gangbusters. What? There's a Storm Foot Fetish? No. What reaction? The annoying heart symbol that blocks the chat on mobile? I don't know what that is. I've never seen that. Hail stream. Oh, wait. Some people think I'm either Yellow Flash's alt or Student of God's alt. Exactly. Yeah, that's what. So join the club. Bad sauce apparently. It's awesome. You didn't drive enough. Drive more. No sleep. Thank you, Paul. Yeah, Paul and I were both at that, and we'll be at the next con. If you guys miss me at this con, I'll be at Garden State Winterfest next weekend. I'm actually on the website. InShot is a decent CapCut play. Oh, I have InShot. Or yeah, I didn't realize it did video though. I only did it for Instagram. All right, then I'll do InShot. Thank you so much. Wow, no one's made this joke before. It's for aeration. Oh, is that why? Okay. See, it's funny. I went to the live STP concert. Not saying I didn't like STP, like I like Plush, but I didn't know their whole catalog as well. I went in to the concert knowing more about live and listening to live way more in preparation for the concert. So STP I didn't know as well. And I went out of it in the last couple months. Holy shit, it's been a while. I saw that. I went to that concert like early September. I've been listening to nonstop STP since then. I just listened to Lightning Crashes before the stream, but I've been mostly listening to STP like on repeat. Like, so now I'm like a huge STP fan, bigger than I was when I went in. It's so weird. So the concert was the opposite because live was like basically the only one left was Ed Kowalczyk, the lead singer. STP was the opposite. The whole band was there except for obviously Scott Weiland. So, but the new lead singer, like, because people are like, oh, what's the point of singing if the lead singer isn't there? No, trust me, the new guy is great. The new guy who's fronts STP, he has great stage presence. Like, he's really engaging with the audience. He's really good too. He's really talented, but he is like excellent. Like, so I highly recommend if they're still on tour. It's been a lot of months, but if they're still on tour, see STP and live. They're great. He's a piece of shit. He's a piece of shit dad. He was. What did he do? What did you think of the Peacemaker? So I only watched the first, I think, 2 episodes. I was liking it. But to me, I thought it was to me, I felt like it wasn't as funny as I was expecting it to be. But I definitely like how comic booky it was. To be honest, I don't know a ton about Peacemaker as a character. I know it wasn't accurate to the character, but I really liked him in The Suicide Squad. I loved The Suicide Squad. I wasn't that crazy about Peacemaker as a show, honestly. From what the 2 episodes I watched. Yeah, to me, it just wasn't all that. Oh, let me post the Indiegogo link on here. We're driving faster in my See, I think I will be honest. I still maintain my stance that live is better, but I used to think live was way superior to STP, and then I saw them both back to back, and then I kept listening to STP, and I guess the reason I thought live was so much better, I still do, but the reason I thought they were like way better is because I just, to be honest, listened to way more live. I don't know. I know, and that's why I was surprised when my mom was telling me because she was like, there were more live fans than STP fans this time around. And she was telling me that it was like, she was like, no, in the 90s, STP was way bigger than live. And that shocked me because I personally liked live way better. Yeah. He ignored his first kids that didn't write in my book. I didn't know that. A lot of these rock star types are not great role models. Gotta go. Good luck on this new launch. Thank you. And by the way, let the record show it's still available live on Fund My Comic, and I do get a much bigger percentage if you back on Fund My Comic. So that is my preferred option. But obviously, Indiegogo is there for those of you that prefer it because the customer is always right. You know what I mean? So, yeah. Do you guys like STP more or live? Let me go ahead and put that in the chat. I've done this before, but now that I have bigger turnout. God damn it. All right, which is better? Because I kind of like, I think that like Ed Kowalczyk's lyrics are better. I think live songs are more powerful, but I think STP is almost catchier in a way, if that makes sense. See, I kind of feel that now. I almost feel that way. But dude, I mean, Throwing Copper is like, that album is so. Also, I'm going to say this. If you're ever feeling good about what you accomplished in life, just know that Ed Kowalczyk wrote, I think he wrote Pain Lies on the Riverside when he was either 20 or 21. So every time I'm feeling good about myself, I just remember that. And I'm like, guess I'm not that cool. Pain Lies on the Riverside is a masterpiece. Lightning Crashes. That's why I think like I like Plush. I like Plush. I like. What do you guys think is the best STP song? Because right now I go back and forth between Plush, Interstate Love Song, and Big Empty. Where is the chat going? See, I guess SCP is crazy, way more popular because I always thought they were like on the same. I didn't realize that like live was not that popular because they have some huge songs. Like I'd argue Lightning Crashes, and maybe it's just because I'm biased toward it. Also, fun fact, I seriously considered naming Phenomenova issue 1 Lightning Crashes instead of Lightning Strikes because I love that song so much. And to be honest with you, looking back, part of me wishes I did because that the meaning of that song, Lightning Crashes, the cycle of life continuing as someone dies and it passes on. Holy shit, maybe I should have named issue 1 Lightning Crashes because that fits so well thematically with what issue 1 of Phenomenova is about. Shit, maybe I should have done that. Oh well, it's published. But like Lightning Crashes was seriously considered for the title of issue 1. I'll probably use it for a later issue. You've never heard of either, dude? Dude. Listen to both. Listen to Throwing Copper. And so when STP was live, they played through part of why STP wasn't as hype, at least to start with in concert, is because they didn't play as many of their greatest hits. Instead, STP played all of Purple, that whole album, and then they played a few extra songs after. So they played Purple, and then immediately after Purple finishes off, they go, all right, that was Purple. We still got a few more songs. Immediately they start playing Plush. It was awesome. I have some of the footage, actually, from the concert. I could probably play some. Let me go through my what does motor oil mean? Is that like what people call that? No, it's not. Is it actually? No. No, it's not. It's about I thought it was about a girl who got killed. That's what I thought it was about. I thought it was about like them finding, right? I thought it genuinely was about a murder. And like the cops searching. When the dawn's to find her. Like that's what I thought. Hold on, I got some of the footage from the concert. Let me go ahead and pull some of it up. Yeah, so right after they finished playing Purple. All right, I got this. I'm opening it in browser. Well, let me play it. Na, 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 na. Da, na, na, na. Waiting on a Sunday afternoon for what I read between the lines. You lie. It's so good, man. All right. Feeling like I haven't. All right, here we go. All right, for you, I'm gonna play just a clip of this on stream because I've been talking it up. Again, I have more footage of. I wish I recorded more of the STB concert now. But you know what? I'll have the memory. All right, ready? Here we go. So right after they finish like the whole album of Plush, they immediately launch into this. Oh wait, no, never mind. I forgot. This wasn't Plush. Sorry, my bad. This was Interstate Love Song. Damn it, no sound? Oh, I was jamming. God damn it. All right, I'll post it on Twitter. God damn it, it's so good. All right. Let's see if I could just can I post it on Twitter? You know what? All right, I'll figure it later. Or later I'll do it. But anyway, it was so good. Brand of oil. Oh, all right. Is that the name of some motor oil? I don't know why I didn't know that. Wow, it seems like the chat is heavily biased toward STP. Interesting. I was like, what? All right. If any of you guys want the link, by the way, you're more than welcome to. All right. Yeah. Let me go ahead and I'll send the link to the Rogues Gallery, which is a great name, by the way, for our group. Waiting. No, yeah, no, that's smart. If only more people operated like this. All right, so let's see if we got any. I'm gonna just refresh in a different tab because I don't want to get Let's see. Okay, so no one on Indiegogo yet. That's perfectly fine. Let's see if we got any Fun My Comic backers. If not, this is like I said, this is a laid back thing, It's a laid back stream, so I don't really, I don't want to say I don't care, but more accurately, it's like I'm more celebrating what I have and I'm just opening the door for more people to come in, which may not be like the perfect way to do a launch, but I was going to do a celebration stream and launch immediately after I hit my goal. So I was like, fuck it. Why not? That's the attitude I really had with Indiegogo last campaign. And honestly, could I have done better? Possibly. But to be honest, Indiegogo and Fun My Comic is basically the same crowd, just slightly different. Rogues Gallery was all Iron's idea. Yeah, I know. That's great. It's a great group. Trying to get more of my friends to come over and hang out there. Oh man, but yeah, it's been really good. Oh, right here, my trading. What the hell? Did I miss it? Oh my god! All right, sorry, I've been so out of the loop, so off topic. Let me get to the points with this stream, ladies and gentlemen. You guys want to see your reward? I can't believe I have been, all over the place right now. You guys get a special reward for funding this project. So if you backed day one, you got a certain trading card. But it's all right. Take your time. No worries. You guys, I'm fine on my own. I'm just throwing the invitation. Here we go. So anyone who backed day one got this golden gallon trading card. Now, from this point forward, everyone, thanks to this being funded, who backs any of the campaigns, regardless of platform, gets this trading card with this art right here of Hotline. So, if you guys are interested, you'll get it. And now also the trading cards will be higher quality this time than the last campaign. Like what the Diaz brothers give with their campaigns using that printer. So, there we go. The Hotline trading card right there. Thank you for everyone who backed me. This is done by Dan Dahl with colors by Nick Capone. Everyone will get a copy of this with their physical order. So if you back the book, that's what you get. Now, moving on. If we hit 10K across all three platforms, which means I want a sense of community. If you prefer Indiegogo, that's fine. If you prefer Kickstarter, that's fine. Regardless, if you raise 10K across all three platforms, everyone also who backs physically gets a trading card with this art right here of fan favorite character, the Phoenix Senshi. So this is, I remember issue 2 has a lot of her backstory. There's way more to explore, but issue 2 has some of her backstory, and you see bits of her as a child through World War III, and now in the present, where she's much older. And my question became, okay, I basically let Jules, who did the day one trading card and also the art that's on the spine of the book for issue 1, I said, okay, how old do you want you can draw the Phoenix Senshi as a kid, you could draw her as a teenager, you could draw her as an adult, you could draw her, or you could draw her in the present. And she decided to draw her when she was, I think we decided like 18 in this trading card. So this is mid World War III. But what's really cool about this art that I love is that it's a mix of anime style, but she pitched it to me what she wanted to do with like classic Japanese paintings. And dude, I love it so much. And this trading card art is so good. It's so good that eventually I do want to do an Art of Phenomenova book. Hail and shout out, working and lurking, bud. Thank you so much for bringing us over this goal. So everyone, thank this man, Andrew. You're the man. You for bringing us over. And now for the next goal, everyone will be able to get this beautiful trading card right here. So there we go. I'll announce it on Twitter and everything, but I wanted the first people to see it to be the one on the stream. Yeah, that card looks great. Well, everyone, one of the best things you can do is not just retweeting stuff, but if you back the campaign, share it out on your socials. Let other people know that you backed it. If you liked issue 1, whenever you get the chance, gas it up. Let people know, because that does not only help me, but part of what these stretch goals do is it incentivizes you guys, because the more people back it, the more you guys get rewarded. The backers get rewarded. The people who are buying the book at cons, it's the best feeling in the world. And I have leftover trading cards and stuff that I sell at cons, emphasis on sell. And I make a point of saying this. I'm like, the people who back the campaign, all this stuff, these trading cards, these mini prints that you're seeing here that you have to buy, they got it for free with the book. So you guys are getting a better deal than the people who will later get it at a con. You also will be getting like these extra whatever is left over. I'm not printing way more. I'm printing whatever I have to plus a little extra. Because you have to. You can't just print. If you sell like 50 copies on the campaign and you only print 50 copies, you're an idiot. Because you never know. Stuff gets damaged. Stuff gets lost in the mail. On top of that, you also have to give comps. So I give comps to my whole creative team. I want to be the kind of employer that I want to work for. And so, yes, that means I spend extra money, but that's okay because it incentivizes. And if they have extra copies to get rid of, that means more customers. But, I don't give too many, but I comp people pretty well. So you want to make sure you print comps and all that. And then maybe you have a couple extra, and then whatever's left over, I will sell in terms of variant covers. For like these variant covers are all the same price this time around on this campaign, right? But they'll all be $20 in person. So if you're like, oh, I want the Chapo cover, you can get it for $10 now, or you can maybe get it if it's not sold out for $20 at a convention. Maybe. Emphasis on maybe, because especially the Chapo one, I haven't seen the numbers yet. I haven't looked at who backed what covers yet. So I don't know what is the highest selling cover. I have no idea. But it seems to me like the ones that are gassed up the most are the Chapo and the main cover so far. Though people do like the Mel Ruby cover as well. Plenty of others are going to back as well. I just beat him to the punch. Exactly. No, I agree. Congrats on a successful FMC and cheers to Indiegogo launch. Thank you. Yeah, and Kickstarter will be early next month, but figured I'd keep the momentum going. And plus, Indiegogo has a smaller, has like an eighth of what you had to get on FMC. So I'm confident in that. And yeah. Leaving on a southern train. Yes. So there we go. Indiegogo is basically the same, except you do not have the Don Edwards cover. So if you're like, oh, I want the Don Edwards cover, then you got to back it on FMC, or at least back that cover on FMC. But yeah. Mm-hmm. On a Sunday afternoon. Yeah, so right now we are 4K. I mean, that's really good. And I think plenty of others will. Again, it's January. So I haven't even backed campaigns that I really want to right now. So I'm not expecting what I've gotten. The support I've gotten has been so great. It really has, And I've been getting at least one backer every day, which is really good. Yeah, it's going to be stuck in my head for a while. Yeah. So we have 2 female characters on my trading cards now. Is that allowed? There's 3 women in my book. Is that allowed, or is that that's considered sexualizing women, right? Dude, I've been catching up on the. It's so dumb. There's no consistent. The Goonergate stuff. Like, okay, I can get what you're saying in a different context, but everything I've seen as First Ascendant game, they're arguing against the game that doesn't exist. You know, like they're like, oh, the First Ascendant. They're arguing like I don't even know much about First Ascendant. By the way, neither does Melanie Mack. But I know that it doesn't seem like a Gooner game, right? Like Blue October is another great band. Oh yeah. I just discovered them recently, but I've been around since the early 2000s. All right, I'll look into them. Yeah, Goonergate has been incredibly dumb. Incredibly dumb. Oh yeah. I'm way behind on Rippaverse. Let's see. You roleplay to have sex in Dragon Age and you can be gay, I guess. In Dragon Age? Okay, so but what is so is that game is old. Okay, yeah. I was all right. So what are we complaining about exactly? Like I just don't this whole controversy seems really dumb to me. Incredibly dumb, like a waste of time. Like why is this even a discussion we're having? It's also like there are literally porn games on Steam. Let me what was the footage that went viral again? It was just a chick's ass, correct? Right? Like that's all it was. Because I was like, this is mild, man. Like this is stuff. This is really like the Comics Code Authority approved Psylocke's ass. Like that was still a thing. The Hellfire Club had basically BDSM gear on the 80s. Like what is the complaint exactly? And then like in the 90s, I just don't get it. Like, what are we bitching about? Also, like, we're just finally getting some hot chicks back in games after, it was Demon Us for a while, and we still have a long ways to go. And as soon as we're getting a victory, we have to now, like, complain about it. Okay, okay. And also, we're using the veil of, like, Christianity. Like, the girl has a nice ass, right? People are forcing them to play the sex. What? People are forcing who to play the sex? Like she's Christian and she also wears a sexy outfit. But also, hold on, back to so let's see. Indiegogo is now live. Let me do that. We also showed off the trading cards. We have a lot to celebrate. It looks like we learned more about CapCut. I talked about WildCon. That was in Wildwood, New Jersey. Eddie, how's it going, man? How's it going? By the way, because I think Eddie came over for my Sonic stuff. Sonic is huge at the convention scene. I'm glad I'm making Sonic content now. Dude, the one thing I saw more than anything at this convention, because I guess technically it wasn't a comic convention, even though there were comic creators there. One thing I saw was a lot of Sonic and Shadow the Hedgehog stuff, whether it be costumes, whether it be merch. Sonic is like was the biggest thing there. Oh, easily. I mean, no question. That was yeah, easily. But like Sonic is huge right now. I'm hoping I can bring some Sonic fans over to my comic Phenomenova. But even still, I'm really happy Sonic is doing well. I'm really happy with it. But we did pass $4,000 raised on Phenomenova issue 2, which is really exciting. $4,000 raised on Fund My Comic, and we just launched Indiegogo, so I don't have any new backers yet, but oh shit, is it the last day to see Sonic 3 in theaters? Oh, shit. So I'm not going to be able to see it. Damn it. Maybe I could go tonight. And then issue 2 is also available on Indiegogo. So, damn it, is it really? Hang on, there's no chance of seeing Sonic 3 like next week because I wanted to see it again. Wait, so on the 21st is the last day you get to see it. Is that right? Because I want to see Sonic 3 again. I haven't had the time. Oh, you know what I did see? Who here in the chat saw Nosferatu? Because I finally watched it. I haven't had the chance. I watched it after the con. I watched it last night. Very impressed. I did miss most of the opening scene. We walked into the theater because we were late, right as the jump scare happened, and then she like screamed opening title. But then she recapped her dream, so I think I got everything I needed to. I definitely want to watch it. But very happy with Nosferatu. I have one major complaint. Or well, first let me get to everything I liked. The cinematography, the directing, the acting, and the characters, the writing, the dialogue, the set design, the top notch. Like Nosferatu, the new one, is so stellar in so many aspects. It really is. Like, oh my god, it's so good. And I watched the first one recently on stream. You could catch it. You can catch the replay. Maybe I'll watch more public domain movies on stream. But oh my god, the new one, the shots. There's so many great wide shots. What this movie has so many pans. And for these who don't know, I talk about it a lot, but I went to film school, and that was what I initially wanted to do, was write movies. And one of my favorite things to do as a director was always, I mean, I loved horror, but also I love long takes, like wide shots, tracking shots, and moving. And I think part of it, especially now that I've done comics, why I love it even more is because that's something that's exclusive in terms of storytelling for the film medium. You can't do that really with a comic book. You can't have actions happening and you're following it. You know, it's shot, right? You to have those kinds of long takes, it's great. And this movie has tons and it's so many great transitions. There's like one where like we go down to one floor and they're walking like from the window out, and then they're walking out the front door, something along those lines. And it's a visual feast of a movie. The soundtrack is great too, or the score rather. The acting is great. Willem Dafoe's character, I don't believe, was in the first movie. Correct me if I'm wrong. Standout character in this movie. When they introduce him. And there's one part where I'm like, oh man, they're adding a lot to the original film. Like this whole, they expand the section where Count Orlok, where Nosferatu arrives back in, I believe Germany, right? And that section is longer this time around, but I was like, I'm here for it. I was like, wow, this is gonna be longer, but I wasn't like complaining at all because I'm like, wow. All the characters are better. Aaron Taylor Johnson. Thank God this came out around the same time as Craven. Because I also didn't realize Emma Corrin was in this movie. The cast is stellar. It's Emma Corrin, Aaron Taylor Johnson. The main character is Nicholas Hoult. Lily Rose Depp is great. You know, it's yeah. I mean, it was stellar. It was stellar. Now, what is my complaint? Well, first of all, Oscar worthy, everything. Those performances are great. I actually think it clarified a lot of details of the first movie. There is some brutal violence, actually relatively restrained in terms of blood and gore in a lot of areas. But there is one scene, especially later on, where you're like, holy shit, they just showed that. It's stylistic though, and how it's done. When Orlok is shown the way they reserve the face reveal, they do really well. So what is my complaint? Nosferatu has a mustache. Why does he have a mustache? It is one of the best creature designs ever. Even before I saw the movie, that character design always stuck with me. And I finally looked up because I was like, that bothered me because it was like the reason why it bothered me is if it was just a mediocre movie or whatever, I'd be like, and they gave him a mustache, but it's like everything was perfect. And it was like, why would you do that? And I looked up the reasoning, and I get it, especially because I saw Robert Eggers talk after a premiere of The Lighthouse. And his creative process, one thing I will credit him for is he is painstaking in his attention to historical details. Painstaking. And I like that a lot. But one of the things that bothers me is it was like that was almost a problem. It's like, so everyone around that time period in Transylvania had a mustache. And so he was like, well, of course Count Orlok would have a mustache. Okay, but he also has like extended fingers and he's supposed to look like a circus freak. And also on top of that, the rule of cool, man. Like, it's an iconic design. I don't care. Nobody in the audience was going to care about that detail. Now, I understand it's a testament to Robert Eggers as a filmmaker that he cares about that. But the character design is not as memorable for that reason. Even if you look at video thumbnails, like, they'll remove the mustache from the design because it's stupid. It was a blight on an otherwise basically perfect film, is how I would describe it. Like, why would you have that? Okay, so what? It's historically accurate. We're talking about a fictional vampire, all right, who has been around for 102 years. I have never one time, heard someone make that complaint. Oh, one of the problems with the original Nosferatu is he doesn't have a mustache, and everyone in Transylvania would have had a mustache in the time period. I've never heard anyone complain about that. I don't know if anyone ever has complained about that, and no one ever will. So why would you change that? Now, people will complain about you changing it. It doesn't matter if it's more historically accurate. It's also such an iconic design that it's like, don't even touch it. That's my stance. Anyway, otherwise, great movie, and I want to watch some explained videos on it and everything, because I think I got it. I will say, for all the, I guess, old speak, I don't know how to describe it, but it's like set in the 1800s, and you could definitely tell in the way they talk. My friend described it. He felt like it felt kind of like a play. But despite all of that, for the most part, 90% of the time, it was very obvious what they were saying. And even if you missed it, you got the gist. You understood the character's emotions and everything. Yeah. What's wrong with this? Look at that time in the stream. What's wrong with that, man? But yeah. Otherwise, I really liked it. Nail Bunny, I want to see animatics and digital comics. You mean Animaniacs? Well, also, by the way, let me go ahead and show my digital comics. If you guys want to read Phenomenova, if you're unsure to spend money on this comic you've never heard of, that's perfectly fine. Because you can actually read the first 10 pages digitally free right here at this link of issue 1. And then if you like that, you could either subscribe to Global Comics and read the rest with the subscription, or you could just pay $5 and you could have the PDF and you could read the full comic. So those are your options. You could also buy issue 1 physically on my website if you want it right away. If you don't want to wait for the campaign, you can go ahead and do that. Those are your options. By the way, did I mark it as fulfilled? I had one. I had an order come in from... Oh, I didn't mark it as fulfilled. Not bad. So you can go ahead and do that. And yeah. But I wanted to celebrate. And really, it does mean a lot. This is an idea I had for a comic since I was a kid. Phenomenova. or not even a comic. I'll be honest, a movie first when I was a kid, and then an animated series later, and then a comic book. And it would keep changing and evolving, but the core of the idea stayed the same about this boy who was struck by lightning while holding a crystal in his hands. And because of you guys, in large part because of you guys, it's not only a reality, but people are liking it and they want issue 2 and they're getting it. And I hope that you guys, I can continue to retain your attention with issue 2 and then 3 and then 4 and then 5. And I would love to go into the hundreds. So thank you guys so much. I hope you continue to back it. I hope you continue to buy the books. I hope you continue to share it out. And I hope you continue, most of all, to enjoy the damn things. And that relies on making sure I can continue to deliver, which I would love to. Hail Vaughn, congrats, buddy. I can't wait for issue to be in my hands. Thank you so much for your support, man. You've been a huge support. It means the world. And I can't wait to get in your hands, too. I got to do some more work and make sure that we're on schedule. I had some small setbacks despite being ahead of schedule in a lot of ways. So got to make sure that we can keep on keeping on. I'll be there eventually. It's that good. Thank you. No, that means the world, really. Especially the other day, I was reading Uncanny X-Men 174, where Magneto and Rogue are in the Savage Land. And sometimes it's good to just read entertainment as a creative for no other reason than to just remind you why you're doing it. Is because I was like, holy shit. That is one of the best, by the way. I know people look at Savage Land Rogue, and she is hot, right? But that is one of the best Magneto issues I've read. Like, holy shit. Oh, my God. Like, Magneto, what Claremont did to Magneto as a character, like, he would not be the icon he is today without Claremont. I mean, the X-Men in general, you could argue, like, obviously Rogue wouldn't exist. Gambit wouldn't exist. Kitty Pryde. But, like, Magneto's whole thing with him being a Holocaust survivor and all of that came from Claremont. Without him, like, Magneto would not be what he is. And I want to make a video gushing about that. But I was reading that. So I'll show you guys. I might read this tonight. My next X-Men issue that I have to read. Right here. 275. Last issue ended on such a cliffhanger. Well, look at that. Look at that, man. What a lineup. This is such a cool X-Men lineup, too. We got Gambit, Banshee, Forge, Psylocke, Wolverine, Jubilee, Storm. That is a great lineup. It's such a weird lineup. But it's a cool lineup, man. Forge and Banshee do not get enough love. Yeah. I don't know who this is in the back. It's not Magneto. But obviously we got Rogue, Magneto. What the hell is her name? I just read an issue with her yesterday. Oh shit, the Savage Land chick. Hold on. What is her name? Zaladane. Then we've got Deathbird, Gladiator. Is that Alondra? Is this a first appearance of this guy? Eagle Awards. Man, giant size Jim Lee issue. That is going to be fun. But yeah, first time reading that one. No, that's not Phoenix Saga. He did do Phoenix Saga. Chris Claremont did Phoenix Saga. That's not Malice. The Phoenix Saga. He did do the Phoenix Saga. That was 129 to 137. But I'm way past that in my reading. Just read Phenomenova 1 yesterday. It was great. Thank you so much, man. That means a lot. Well, if you want issue 2, you can back it. I just launched the Indiegogo campaign, but if you prefer Fund My Comic, you can go ahead there. Let me go ahead and scroll through the campaigns in case we have some newcomers here. So, issue 2 is here it is on Fund My Comic. You've got the digital options. You can get issue 2 digitally. Or you can get the physical, and there are 4 different covers. There's the main cover. This will be available with or without the campaign. Then you've got the Mel Ruby cover. These are all campaign exclusives, and whatever I have left over will be very limited and sold for double price at conventions. But they're all $10 right now. So you have the Mel Ruby cover, who, of course, was the artist behind the first comic I ever worked on, Hunter Ninja Bear. So this was a treat to get him to do this cover. Then you got the Mariano Chapo cover, which also has colors by Nick Capone. Then you've got the Don Edwards cover. So this is a Fun My Comic exclusive cover. If you want it, make sure to back it on here. Then you've got the back cover, like regardless of what front cover you get. Again, it's all the same book, just with different covers. The back cover will be this one by Bobby Christophis. It's a grayscale cover. Here are just some of the interior art you get. Just 3 pages. The book is fully lettered and everything. There is also a fan art contest. If you're an artist or know an artist, you can go ahead and do that. You can go ahead and back the fan or get the fan art contest. Or submit rather, and the winner will have their art featured in the back of issue 1, like in here, as you can see with issue 1, or the back of issue 2. I'm sorry. So the winner had their art featured in the back of issue 1. The winner of this art contest will have their art featured in the back of issue 2. All you got to do is just go read the rules, follow the rules, and post. Tag me if you can. That I prefer that. But post on social media with the hashtag Phenomenova fan art. And of course, this one's dedicated to my Uncle Scott. The first one was dedicated to my dad. And also, all backers, if you buy a physical comic, you will get a free exclusive trading card of Hotline, right? Pictured right here. Hotline, who is a new character introduced in this issue with art by Dan Dahl and colors by Nick Capone. So make sure to do that. Make sure to check that out. So if we hit 10K across all the campaigns, we're at 4K right now, past 4K. Everyone will be able to get a trading card of the Phoenix Senshi with this art right here by Julia Lanahan. So then 15K, everyone will get a Rebel Oasis Company logo sticker. And at 20K, I'll reveal all the covers for issue 3. So you can buy it on Fund My Comic. Let me go ahead and post the link there. Or you can get it on Indiegogo, which just launched. Right here. Also, pinned to the top of the chat is the Indiegogo link. Remember, the reader fans are very aggressive reputations. I don't know what you mean by that. As long as you know what you're doing, pray for you. Thank you. Thank you. I don't know what you mean by this, though. I got to be honest. All right. And then we have, hold on. Right here, we have the Indiegogo campaign, which is basically the same thing, except instead of special tiers, you can kind of get them all as add-ons and what have you. So same stuff, except you'll notice there's no Don Edwards cover. So if you want the Don Edwards cover, you have to, that is a Fun My Comic exclusive, but otherwise, same rewards, same everything, same deal, just different platform if people prefer Indiegogo. So that's all. Like DC and Marvel getting weird and retcon got back. Oh, yeah. I'm not planning on retconning everything. Exactly. I'm not doing that shit. Yeah. No, I don't. Listen, everything you're getting right now, like this is going to be canon. This is going to continue to be canon. I was explaining this to people, and this is a big thing, actually. People really like this when you say this at your table because people love superheroes, but they don't like that everything gets retconned or changed every 5. What's the point of me selling you a product just to tell you actually that product doesn't matter anymore? If you buy issue 1, it matters. If you buy issue 2, it matters. If you buy 3, 4, 5, 6, everything I'm giving you matters. I'm creating the characters. I don't have the time to change them fundamentally. Like the characters will evolve, but they're going to be the same characters. You know, like everyone's talking about Absolute Batman. And I'm sorry, my friend was trying to pitch it to me. A lot of people try it. I have no interest, and I'll tell you why. Everyone's describing him, and I'm like, what is Batman like? Oh, he's a blue-collar worker. Alfred's he's a bounty hunter. I'm like, is this even Batman? I'm like, what do you mean? I'm like, what? Because he wears a bat costume that makes him Batman? That doesn't sound. Batman is a rich billionaire. Bruce Wayne is a rich billionaire. Alfred is like, this new character just doesn't sound like. I don't care how good the series is. Call it something else. That doesn't sound like Batman to me. It sounds like you're using the name Batman to tell a different story. I'm not interested. Maybe I'm being a stick in the mud, but that's my thought. Fun fact: Grok says that I'm like SOA abridged. Dude, I love SAO abridged. Kirito and TFS Dragon Ball Z abridged. See that I don't. The second one I don't know, but SAO abridged. I love SAO abridged, dude. Have you guys seen FF7 abridged? That one is so good. So good. Waiting on a Sunday afternoon, what I read between the lines. Oh man, I got internet. Yeah, Interstate Love Song might be my favorite. Team 4-star. The Don sends his regards. Does he? What does he have his own show? All right, tell him I said hi. Tell Don I said hi. Oh, also, yeah, the Don did a great cover, of course, for the Fun My Comics specifically. Don Fuffles. Who's Don Fuffles? That I don't know. I don't know Don Edwards. That's my Don. That's my Don. But let's see. Where is everyone at with this chat? Let's try and re-engage the chat. Oh, we are even with STP and live. I'm okay with these results. Do we want to get any final results in? Stone Temple Pilots or live? What is the better band? Anyone want to get their final results in before I start my next poll? Ah. Oh, Don. I was like, what? Because Don's one of my artists. Don Fuffles. Don Fuffles. Oh, it's so good. Or is it Don Fuffles or Fluffles? I forget. Dude, it's so dumb, but the Kirito is always right foundation. I steal that in my day to day. On a southern train. Yes. I keep singing it. You lie, promises what it means to me. So good. So, no new backers yet, but that's okay because I'm celebrating what I already have. Maybe I shouldn't have launched a new campaign with the intent of celebrating the old one, but that's okay. That's okay. I am wondering because maybe I should have launched the lower goal, but you know what? Here, my philosophy is this: if I can raise even $500 on Indiegogo, then I'm just not going to launch issue 3 on Indiegogo. If people are already like going from there to Kickstarter or fun, because I'm already seeing a downturn in Indiegogo numbers in general. So it's like if people, and granted, I'm not really promoting the Indiegogo that heavily. I'll promote it, more going forward. But if people don't, care for Indiegogo that much, yeah, well, no, I know it's January. I know, and that's why I'm grateful. That's why I'm grateful for it. But still, the fact of the matter is, I'm just saying, if people don't want it, they don't want, because like what I'm saying is like, I know for example, Fund My Comic, people came out, man. It was great, like at a lower rate than they would have. I've had people tell me I can't back you this month. Some people even said I can't back it till March, which is why I am running it till March. But that means I can't sit on my loins forever. I should really make sure issue 2 is ready to go. That way I can sit on my loins for like a month. So, exactly. Yeah, no, I get it. Like I said, I knew what I was doing with the January campaign, but I figured I have to be streaming for a month anyway. If I'm going to be sitting on a comic that is now fully lettered, might as well promote the thing. And here's the thing. People who can't spend the money right now are seeing it. And that way they'll be waiting. Like Gatecrasher ran for more than 30 days. I couldn't back it. And I'm good friends with Billy Tucci. It wasn't a personal thing. I just couldn't back it. I couldn't. So I didn't right away. I always was intending to. So like I said, that's my mentality with January. Like my backer number is not necessarily reflective of my amount of supporters because I know people that are waiting. And so that's why this is a celebration stream. More than I should have called this a celebration stream, but I was like, well, it's a trading card reveal plus issue 2 funded. That's why I put issue 2 funded first, because this is more of that than an Indiegogo launch party. It's basically just me going, thank you guys for this. Here is the next thing when you're ready. Come when you may. Today is a fucking victory, dude. And again, I only launched Indiegogo because... So I did a poll. I was like, how many of you will only back on Indiegogo if I launch on Kickstarter and fund my comic? Like, how many people will only back on Indiegogo? And it was like 14%. That's nothing. But it's not, because here's the thing. 14%, like let's say 100 people voted, less than 100. Let's say it was 100 and 14 people voted. That's 14 customers. Okay, at my point in my career, if I have like a million customers, yeah, 14 is nothing. Fucking not worth the effort. But it's not nothing to me. 14, I'm sure it's maybe more than 14, because I had like 40 something people back me on there last time. I'm not in a position to scoff at anybody. I don't know what Amazing Digital Circus is. I got to be honest with you. Never heard of it. Never heard of it. But the fact, here's the thing. Campaign numbers are down in general because the economy is down. Everyone's numbers are down. So for me to have funded that quickly, this is 4 times the goal with less covers and a book that's half the price. Less than half, including the variant covers from the last time. Very happy with these results, guys. I am very happy with how I'm doing. And the momentum hasn't stopped. It's slowed, but it hasn't stopped. It's really special. It's really something special. Are my emails getting through, though? I just want to make sure my emails are getting through. That is a pain, because it's still a lot of it, like less than half of the people are seeing my emails. And they're like, well, you got to use the appropriate. It's like there's so much shit you have to learn. So much shit you have to learn. Well, I also send it on a Sunday night. So not that many people, but that's okay. What's going on, Retro Mask Elixir? How you doing, man? I saw you were checking out Hunter Ninja Bear recently. Did you see the Hunter Ninja Bear? I was about to say Hunter Ninja Bear cover. More accurately, the Mel Ruby cover on issue 2. By the way, have we gotten a definitive result in the chat yet on SDP versus Live? We're at 10 votes. We're at a standstill between both bands. That's awesome. Stone Temple Pilots are Live, which is the better band. Let's see. We're at a standstill. I like it. It used to always be STP. But now? Ooh, STP no contest. See, a lot of people are Because it's interesting. Because again, like I said, I saw them both back to back in concert, and I was a bigger live fan going in. Now, the last couple months, I've been listening to nonstop Stone Temple Pilots. I was a bigger live fan going in because I listened to live more. But STP put on a great show, even without their lead singer. The new guy is great. I hope they record an album or something with him. He's great. But like since then, I've been really getting more into STP, and I love him, man. Greetings for the homeless shelter. So many people want you to destroy their cars for some reason, Vaughn. First of all, Hobo, I don't think you have a car, so you got nothing to be concerned about. And even if you did, there is no evidence to be destroying anyone's cars. All right, best STP song then, go. Because I don't know, I still think I like live better, but I've been listening to STP like crazy. I've been humming STP, or really more like singing it this whole time. It's great. Nosferatu was dope. No, it was good, man. Again, why did they give him a mustache? I understand why, but like, fucking, they shouldn't have. I get the reasoning. Oh, it's historical accuracy. But he's also a fucking vampire, man. Like, that's not historically accurate. Unless you guys believe in that, you know. Which if you do, that's fine. I like live, but other than Throwing Copper, I got nothing. Pain Lies on the Riverside. Throwing Copper is an amazing album. The best one I've listened to. But Pain Lies on the Riverside, Lakini's Juice, Dolphins Cry. Come on. Come on. Interstate Love Song is great. That's a great song. No question, the best scene in Song 3 is... Dude, the Robotniks, here's the thing. Because it's not my favorite scene, but the one I keep looking up the most is that scene. For some reason, that keeps coming to mind. I don't know why. That scene was Kino. Oh my God. Absolute cinema. Like, is it the best scene in the movie? No. Honestly, the stuff with Shadow and Maria is probably the best. The last... As soon as the Death Egg rises, from that point toward the end, that straight shot to the end. But the laser dance scene, absolute cinema. I hate it's one of the most memorable scenes in the movie, as stupid as that scene is. It's so good. It makes no sense when it's. Do you know about Jim Carrey's birthday? Is today Jim Carrey's birthday? What do I know about it? Hang on, Jim Carrey. Is it Jim Carrey's birthday? Oh, it was 2 days ago. All right, I missed it. Well, as a Cracker Man. What's Hang on, Cracker Man. Do I know Cracker Man? Let me look this up. I don't know if I know this one. I've been listening to SCP like crazy. Do I know? Is it so? Because when I saw them in concert, they played all of Purple, but I don't think I've listened to any of their other albums. Jim Carrey is Galvanite? Hell no. Hell no. All right. So, who here wants to see Jim Carrey? If he comes, now, Sonic Magic 3 would have been great, but if this scene was in the movie, guys, would have been the best. Ready? Imagine Jim Carrey. As soon as he goes up and starts doing his announcement of the world, I thought of this scene from the dub.
I come to make an announcement. Shadow the Hedgehog's a bitch-ass motherfucker. He pissed on my fucking wife. That's right. He took his hedgehog fucking quilly dick out and he pissed on my fucking wife and he said his dick was this big. And I said that's disgusting. So I'm making a call-out post on my twitter.com. Shadow the Hedgehog, you got a small dick. It's the size of this walnut except way smaller. And guess what? Here's what my dong looks like. That's right, baby. All points, no quills, no pillows. Look at that, it looks like 2 balls in a bong. He fucked my wife, so guess what? I'm gonna fuck the earth. That's right, this is what you get. My super laser piss. Except I'm not gonna piss on the earth. I'm gonna go higher. I'm pissing on the moon. How do you like that, Obama? I pissed on the moon, you idiot. You have 23 hours before the piss droplets hit the fucking earth. Now get out of my fucking sight before I piss on you too.
So good. It's so good. The build up too. If you watch the Sonic Adventure 2 fan dub, I watched that before I watched the actual cutscenes. It's so good. Did he pee on the moon, Mister? Did he mark his territory? I don't know. DCC. Hey, Vaughn, looking forward to Phenomenova issue 2. Thank you, man. Thank you. Are you ready, July Films Cinema? Are you asking if I'm ready for July movies? We haven't actually seen the True Death. That's true. Only Gerald Space Laser. I kind of want to see the Freedom Fighters return the movie with Princess Sally. See, I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think that's going to happen. But maybe I'm wrong. If you guys check out my Sonic Adventure 2 tier list, no, sorry, not that. Sonic 4 most likely characters tier list, I address my thoughts on Sally Acorn and why I don't think she'll appear. To be fair, I haven't seen much of that show. What it seems like Sega has no interest in those characters, is what it looks like, right? Or am I wrong? Has Sally ever appeared in the game? I don't think she has. Has she? Nosferatu is interesting. I rated it 2.5 out of 5. My younger nephew said it was a 5. Maybe it is generational. Maybe. But it's weird because, like, my favorite horror movie, you could look right behind me, is Halloween, right? That's 78. I just watched the original Nosferatu recently. So what didn't you like about it? Because my biggest complaint would be the mustache, honestly. There's some shots in the original that I think were better. Like the shot of him creeping up the stairs was better in the original. The shot of him walking into the room, more effective in the original, in my opinion. Like when he's sleeping. The shot of him on the boat where he's standing there and looking down, more effective. Nosferatu's design, way better in the original, right? But otherwise, I do think that, and I do think, to be fair, that Robert Eggers kind of knew. He was like, I can't recreate that shot and make it look better. So I think he just kind of knew not to touch certain things. But also, Nosferatu's design should have been the same. The mustache is dumb. I've ranted about that too long, especially considering how much I like about that movie. But it does show. It's like sticks out like a sore thumb in what is otherwise, I would say, like a beautiful, 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 beautiful film. All right, so question. So Sally did appear in Sonic Spinball in their bonus stages, but it's the original design where she's pink, and that's the SatAM version. All right, so here's my question. Because in the U.S. manual for Sonic CD, they called a character that was clearly not Sally Acorn, that being Amy Rose. Amy Rose was the pink hedgehog, and they called her Sally Acorn in the original U.S. manual because they just wanted that brand recognition. So with that in mind, because was Sonic Spinball, was that actually Sally Acorn, or was that Amy Rose that they just called Sally Acorn? I'm curious. Because there's precedent for in the US in the 90s, they would change plots of games for no reason in the US version. I don't know why they would do that. Even like fun fact, did you know like Robotnik was never his name in the Japanese? He was always Eggman. Because like there's all these like 90s purists that have discovered years after I grew up with Eggman going, he's not Eggman, he's Robotnik. No, actually, he was Eggman even before I was born. He wasn't Robotnik, actually. He was only called Robotnik in the US manuals. And so the Japanese ended up adding that, going, okay, his real name is either Robotnik, but they call him Eggman. But no, originally he was always supposed to be Eggman. Always. which is why all of his stuff looks egg related and whatnot. I haven't yet. I've heard that's good. Okay. The original is still the best. Okay, gotcha. So 79 worth watching. So okay, so let me ask you a question then, Dr. Mask. So do you like, so if you were to rank the three, so obviously you think the original is best, which is better than 79 or the latest one? Which is better of those two? Gotcha. Okay, but it's Sonic Spinball, is that canon? I'm not sure. Yes, such as Superman, Fantastic Four, and Jurassic World Rebirth. What about it? Sorry, this is an older thing. Jurassic World Rebirth. So I haven't finished Sonic the Hedgehog 3, but what was Hypersonic again? Four adaptations. So okay, so there's the original, 79, latest one. What's the fourth one? What's the fourth one? Waiting on a Sunday afternoon for what I want for my hands. Yeah, the ending is not good in 79. I would say Air's version is better, but just slightly. I don't see. It called me crazy. I thought the original ending sucked. He just looks at the sunlight and goes, ah! And then just, I'm like, I don't think the new ending was perfect, but I think it was better than the original. It was fucking weird. But the ending of the original, maybe I just don't understand it. But I was like, that's it? Are you kidding? He just stands there and dies? I was like, are you fucking kidding? I do wish that he burned up and died in the new one. That would have been cool. But yeah, I don't know. I think that they made the main character and the wife more interesting in the new one than they were in the original. I also think Willem Dafoe's character, correct me if I'm wrong, was not a character in the original, right? Because he was the fucking man. I don't know. I think the new one had better characters, personally. And I had just seen the original. You can watch it on my channel. I watched the original for the first time. Like, I enjoyed the original. My dude, congratulations on knocking down his park. Good times, bro. Keep doing your damn thing. Thank you, Don. If you want the link, you're more than welcome to it. But I know you got the studio, right? It was the studio last night. Yeah, so by the way, yours is still the Fun My Comic. Your cover, I decided to make Fun My Comic exclusive. Yeah, so I just launched the Indiegogo, but yours is Fun My Comic exclusive. Hypersonic is the power-up you get after collecting all the Super Emeralds, which only appeared in the later half of Sonic 3 with the Knuckles expansion. They're Super Emeralds? Otherwise, you'd be collecting the Emeralds again. So what does Hypersonic do that Supersonic can? Because can't Supersonic do, like, everything? I remember when I was little, I used to say he had every power, but that's not really true. Although he does make a chili dog in the movie. Dun, 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 dun. Defoe was great. I watched Eggers' film Wait, he did his Telltale Heart? Holy shit, how did I not know about that? I gotta check that out ASAP. Is that on YouTube? I didn't know that. Dude, everyone is shit. Like, I don't have anything against Melody Mac. I disagree on some things. I agree with her on other things. But that's the case with every human being I've ever met in my life. You know what I mean? There's not a single human being I have ever agreed with on everything, or politician, or anything, whatever. I'm fine with that. But she is getting obliterated for her most recent Coomergate days. And I was watching her stuff, like giving her the benefit of the doubt. And I'm like, I just don't think she has. I think she has a valid. There's like points about the culture, I guess, that's underlying, but she's just using an example that just doesn't fit. Like, she's using this game that doesn't fit. Like, if you're talking about She is talking about porn. And it's like, that's an entirely different issue from what we're discussing. Anyway, sorry, I just saw that when I was on YouTube. The first thing that comes up is like a 3 different Gooner game. It's such a dumb controversy. All right. Defoe on Shadow of the Vampire is the 3rd film Nosferatu as filmmakers. He's never gotten an Oscar? That is crazy. Oh, wait. Oh, that's about the making of it, right? That's right. Someone was telling me about this while I was watching the movie. Oh, okay. Wait, Max Schreck? Isn't that the name of the guy in Batman Returns? Isn't that Christopher Walken's character? Yes! Christopher Walken's character in Batman Returns is named Max Schreck. Is that an homage? Holy shit. Did I just discover a connection between Nosferatu and Batman Returns? Max Schreck. Wait, who is Max Schreck? Is he like he's a German actor who plays Nosferatu? What? I didn't know that. That is crazy. Okay, so Max Schreck was the name of the actor who plays Nosferatu, and he's also the name of a character in Batman Returns that's played by Christopher Walken. I had no idea. That's nuts. It's crazy. I didn't know that. You know, there's also on that same wavelength in Psycho and in Halloween. In both of those movies, there is a major character named Sam Loomis, which John Carpenter admitted wasn't like Sam Loomis is named after the character Sam Loomis in Psycho. Now, I will say the character in Halloween way more memorable than the character Sam Loomis in Psycho. That's not, to diminish that character. But let's be real. Like, no one's favorite character in Psycho is Sam Loomis. A lot of people's favorite character in Halloween is Sam Loomis. Maybe me, possibly mine. I mean, I love Michael. But maybe Sam Loomis might, Sonic and Knuckles had you collect the Chaos Emeralds again, but connecting it to Sonic 3 changed them to Super Emeralds if you already got... That's interesting. So, because I remember Hyper Potions in Pokemon were better than Super Potions. So, and he's never been in any game since then, right? Hypersonic. Wow. Okay, so he's like white Hypersonic instead of yellow. That's interesting. And he's never been in any game since? I guess he never will. And are the Super Emeralds? They've never been in anything again either, right? Hypersonic is a pass up that's like going from Super Saiyan 1 to Ultra Instinct. There's no changes to gameplay, but it's needed for a complete 100%. Gotcha. Well, I want to replay Sonic 3 on stream, so I probably will do. The Sonic games have been fun. Where are we at now? We're back to 14 votes, STP and live. Damn, you neck and neck. See, everyone in the chat keeps saying STP, but I guess we've got a silent supporter, a group of supporters for live. Appreciate you guys. By the way, I have an STP shirt as well. I do prefer. Do I still prefer live? I think so, but I like STP more after seeing them in concert than I did going in. And the last couple months, I've been listening to more STP. As far as I'm aware, he's only in Sonic 3 and Knuckles, and the Super Emeralds have never been referenced since then. Mainly because they had to split the game in two. Okay, makes sense. So is it not canon? I guess apparently everything is canon. I get feeling hypersonic and Sonic 4 adaptation, hate saying it, power of friendship, like given Tails and Knuckles' face of metal as theory. Hold on. You think it'll be so? I think what I'm extrapolating with what you said. Well, hang on. Why only STP? Why wouldn't I climb on the stage for live? I saw them both in concert. So I wouldn't go on for live, but I would go on for STP. Explain yourself. Explain yourself. Yeah, this whole bottle for me is from art. It wasn't ideal, but I can't virtually share it. Yeah, it seems like you enjoy STP more. See, I don't think so because I think I'm more biased toward live. Live, I would say I put higher on my favorite bands. Honestly, I do like. I'm partial. I've been listening to more STP lately, but before that, for years, I listened to live more. So I think I'm still partial to live. Like again, I almost called issue 1 a Phenomenova Lightning Crashes. I was close. I ended up calling it Lightning Strikes, but I almost called it Lightning Crashes. Lightning Strikes, I am happy with that I stuck with that. So, but you think it'll appear in Sonic 4? I don't know. Not so sure about that. So gameplay wise, Hypersonic is exactly the same. Gotcha. Dun, 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 dun. Might be a rhetorical question, but are you finding it profitable to put your book on multiple platforms? Is it worth the extra work? That is a good question. I think that's going to be something I'm going to have to keep saying. I'm going to say for Kickstarter, absolutely. Indiegogo, to be fair, I would say Indiegogo. There were a fair amount of people that backed on Indiegogo, which surprised me. And if anything, I'd almost argue the one I made the most money on, Fund My Comic. If anything, you could argue that's the least necessary. But here's the advantage to Fund My Comic. Is the advantage to Fund My Comic outside of just that I like them. They take a much smaller percentage. Now, here's the thing. If I had launched on, part of me wonders if I had launched on Kickstarter, because I consider moving to Kickstarter, but I have some people that are sticklers for the others. But like realistically, I'd consider launching issue 3 on Kickstarter. I'd consider it. Because I think Kickstarter has the biggest audience. Yeah, Indiegogo and Kickstarter take similar percentages. All right, I'm heading out. Keep up the good work. Take care. Thank you so much, Eddie. And thank you for sticking around, man. Is that true? I haven't experienced that yet. But Indiegogo, I would say if you're going with one or the other, there are a few people that are sticklers to Indiegogo, but let's put it this way. Again, I know that it's January, but there's not a huge legion of fans that are like partial to Indiegogo like there once were. There are people that are partial It's more so they're pro Indiegogo because they're anti Kickstarter than they are pro Indiegogo, or because they're used to Indiegogo. Which used to it is the thing. Like I'm used to YouTube, which is why I'm here. And maybe again, it's just a tough day, and I also didn't really build up this launch at all. Like I'm gonna build up my Kickstarter launch more. But at the end of the day, if people want to support you, 90% of them will support you whatever platform you launch on. It's a very small percentage, really, of people that are like, I will only back you on this platform. Which is why I decided to drive them all to the one that was going to give me the most money. Like, if all these people are willing to throw money my way, let's do it on the platform that's going to take the least. The built-in tipping is one of the... I've had to do that too. With Andy Smith, one time I was like, hey, man, I have to refund my order and back you again. Because I remember I was backing all of his books, like getting everything in the first quarter draft campaign, including First Man and all that. And I was like, hey, man, I need a refund because they just maybe tip 20% of like a $100 order. That's crazy. That's ridiculous. Like, Indiegogo also takes the same percentage of Kickstarter, but doesn't promote you nearly as much. A lot of the people that backed me on Indiegogo, I would think were people that knew me, who I was already, and were following me on socials. Maybe I'm wrong. I could check the stats. Again, I actually technically made more on Indiegogo than I did on Kickstarter. And I think part of that is because I accidentally left the Indiegogo open a day longer, which meant all the people that were like, shit, I missed my last chance. Oh, this is my last chance. Like, I did get that. So I think that's part of it. But Kickstarter gets a lot more foot traffic. There's a lot less. Like, if you want people that are just comic fans that are browsing the site and they're like, oh, I'll back this, it looks cool. Kickstarter is the best place where you'll get those people. Like, people that don't even really pay attention to like politics or drama or really browse YouTube. I'm not saying there aren't people like that on Kickstarter, but like most of them, people that are just like, I just see this comic, I think it looks cool, I backed it. Those people are mostly on Kickstarter. That's the truth. Like, because there was almost this narrative that was like Kickstarter is like whatever platform, like it's the woke platform, or whatever people were saying. It's like, not really. It's kind of just the default. It's the same with YouTube. It's just like the default platform. Like, people will go up to me in person and say, oh, I want to support your Kickstarter. I'm like, I'm not on Kickstarter. Oh, I just use the word Kickstarter to describe everything. Sorry. Kind of like when people say, I'll Google it, even if I'm just like looking up something in a different thing. Well, that's also another argument people have been making, is that it has to be a TNA book to do well on Kickstarter. But I don't know if that's true. I think it's easier for a TNA book, but I wouldn't say that that's necessarily the case. Let me go ahead and look at Kickstarter right now. Well, I guess technically... Again, Aaron Sparrow, like, that's another thing. Like, some people have been censored on this, but also, as a same with Cease, some people have been censored on Indiegogo too. Some people have been censored on Kickstarter. Like, okay, yes, is the sex appeal stuff the most profitable on Kickstarter? Absolutely. Absolutely. But it's also the same thing with on Global Comics. That's honest to God truth. So if you're launching your first book, building your own mail. One thing I liked about Fund My Comic was it forced me to build my own mailing list, which is actually really good because people like have to rebuild their mailing list every time with Kickstarter, with Indiegogo. Well, if you have your own mailing list, they'll follow you where you tell them to, which is really nice. It's really nice. Come to my website, go to my live stream, go to build your own mailing list and then take them to That's not saying like don't also use the Kickstarter mailing list feature. Don't also use the Indiegogo mailing list feature. But understand that there are people that will do that. Like, and that's another reason why I launched issue 2 on my own. I wanted to prove that I had an audience, and I proved it. I have an audience. I raised 1.5K on my own. People were like, "Are you sure? That's careful. You have a small channel." They came for me. They backed for me. That's what you want. Now, one of the things I will say to indie creators, obviously you want to promote on every channel you can. I have a spreadsheet of shows to go on. But you want people to come for you. If you're totally dependent on someone else for promotion, are you really an indie comics creator? I guess you are. But if you're fully dependent, are you independent? If you're fully dependent on someone else, you're dependent on your customers. But your customers are free to go whenever they choose. That's the fact of the matter is. I'm not entitled to anyone's money. I'm not entitled to anyone's promotion. You want to be, make sure that if you're an independent, that you're independent. Fact of the matter is, the people who back me, a lot of them back me because they like me or whatever, but no one is forced to back me. Everyone who backs me willingly. That's the truth. And you want them to come to you. That's another truth. You have to bring something to the table that no one else can. That doesn't mean reinventing the wheel, but it does mean that, you want to make sure that people are there for you. And the fact of the matter is, people who will follow you, if you're like, hey, it's in my best interest to go on this platform, people will follow you there. Like, I would love to get Projects We Love for Phenomenova issue 2 on Kickstarter. But I have to earn that. I have to earn that. And so far, people have been very happy with the feedback on issue 1. Issue 2, I think I could gain the algorithm a little bit. It's not super cheesecakey, but there's some attractive women. So I'm really with my issue 2 campaign, I'm really working on outreach, expansion. Getting new people in the door as much as I can. And by issue 2 campaign, I mean my whole campaigning, not just on Fund My Comic, not just on Indiegogo, not just on Kickstarter, just in general. And I think that's key. I think that's really important. Is people need to be as self-sufficient as they can. That's honest to God truth. So if FMC is your first choice, I say go there, but also launch on Kickstarter. Everyone should be launching on Kickstarter if you're able to. Do it. Because you are guaranteed to get a lot of new customers if you just promote it on Kickstarter. Maybe not, by a lot could even be just barely enough to fund, but I got 40-something people on there. People will back you. People will just be scrolling the website and they might be, this looks cool. People are also flakiest on Kickstarter, I will say, of all the platforms, because they don't charge until the end of the campaign, which means people will drop 100 and they'll be like, here. Like, there was a solid week that I was over 1,000, under 1,000, over 1,000, under 1,000, over 1,000, under, because people keep backing and retracting, then backing and retracting. And I was like, do you want the book or not? I didn't get it. I haven't gotten a single refund, but the only people retracting have been Kickstarter. That's another thing. So, this has been a fun stream, but I think I might call it quits. We for around 2 hours. Crazy cut. If you have customers on Kickstarter, then launch a Kickstarter. If you want. If you have a pre-existing fan base on Kickstarter, launch on Kickstarter. And then for the few people, choose Fund My Comic or Indiegogo. If a character's theme or power isn't so easily represented by an existing symbol, how would you go about designing it? I don't draw. And have my artist come up with it. Maybe throw some ideas, think about it, think about ways. It depends on the character. Like Estrella, for example, doesn't have a clear power that's represented by a symbol. So I guess she technically doesn't have one. I guess she doesn't have one. But yeah, if you have an existing fan base on Kickstarter, dude, launch there. Launch there. Go for about 30 days on one platform. That's what I do. That's what I'll do. So, yeah, I mean, Estrella doesn't really have a symbol, but I also didn't tell my artist to design one, to be fair. So it depends. There's no way to answer that. That's when you commission a logo creation specialist and clearly communicate. Yeah, exactly. If you're like asking me what I would do, I don't know. Unless if I have an idea, I'll tell them to design it. If not, but I know I want them to have a logo, it would depend on the character. I don't have an exact answer because there isn't an exact answer to that question. It's too broad. Way too broad. Are you an artist? Keep thinking about what you want to convey in a logo. Superman's powers aren't represented in the S symbol. Wonder Woman's powers are not represented in the W symbol. You get what I'm saying? I had came up with a list. I'll give you an example for a character that's going to appear in issue 3 of symbol ideas. And I had a way for him to visually show the powers. And he told me, he was like, I kept drawing what you were telling me. I didn't like it. So I just came up with this symbol. And I said, that's fine. I like the symbol. It was a letter symbol, kind of. It was different than what I envisioned. But I was like, that's fine. There's no exact science to it. Aquaman has water-based powers. What is the symbol? It's an A. It's an A on his belt. Martian Manhunter has an X. What does that have to do with it? Sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it just doesn't. Doesn't Spider-Man have 6 legs on the back of his spider symbol? 6 legs on the back of his costume, I think. That's not accurate. Oh, no, it's 8. Why did I think it was 6? All right, so retract that last one. But the point is, I guess so. But to me, it's been fine. What's going on, Joel? How you doing, man? Exactly. So like he came up with a letter symbol, but it was a more than just the letter. And for a character, let me just double check and make sure I'm happy because now let me confirm what I think I already know because it was different than what I suggested, but I think I remember liking what he came up with. You have 2 symbols, 3 characters with the letter symbols in issue 3, actually. But they're distinct enough that I think they work. Maybe I'll get some feedback on them, but I think they work. Uh-oh, am I getting insecure about it? Yeah, see, one guy really heavily pictured having a certain symbol. My artist came with a different symbol, but I guess I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. Yeah, I don't know what to tell you. I have a character that I didn't think of a logo for her powers, and one guy I did think of a logo, but he came up with a letter-based logo that I think is pretty distinct. All right. How many people are watching in chat? Let me see the results of this last poll. Anyone got any last-minute voters for who's better? STP, Stone Temple Pilots or Live? I'm going to take a piss real quick and play the trailer for issue 3 or issue 2. Actually, I'll play, what do I want to play? I'll play a quick video while I step away. I'll play... In honor of Goonergate, I'll play this video as I step away for a moment.
At everyone, please do not announce to the server when you are going to go masturbate. This has been a reoccurring issue, and I'm not sure why some people have such underdeveloped social skills that they think that a server full of mostly male strangers would need to know that. No one is going to be impressed and give you a high five, especially considering where that hand has been. I don't want to add this to the rules, since it would be embarrassing for new users to see that we have a problem with this. But it is going to be enforced as a rule from now on. If it occurs, you will be warned. Then additional occurrences will be dealt with at the discretion of mod staff. Thanks.
And we're back, ladies and gentlemen. All right. You know, maybe I'll send NDA Andrew my the character designs, but I think they're cool. I'm happy with what I got. Happy with what I got. Let's see. So where are these so-called Indiegogo enthusiasts that are running? So far, I haven't seen that much from them, but that's okay. But again, this is a celebration stream. I am one backer away from 140 on FMC. Oh, and I got an FMC backer. Let's go. Got a new FMC backer this stream. That's good. So it seems to me like at least my audience tends to prefer FMC for my comic. You know, even when this is my Indiegogo launch party. Well, kind of. It's really more of a celebration that just happens to double as an Indiegogo launch party. You know, that's where they go. So that's it. That's it. All right. Well, I think I'm going to call it. Hold on real quick. Okay, looks like STP is winning. I'm going to end the poll. And never use letters. When they work, but yeah, I agree. Okay, so real quick, I'm going to put one more thing. And then I'm going to see how this translates to sale. Real quick. So I'm going to show them all on Fund My Comic. Just because these are all Fund My Comic covers. You got the main cover, the Ruby cover, the Chapo cover, and the Don Edwards cover. So check that out. Right here. So Let's see what everyone's favorite is. And then I'm going to check, and I'm curious, how many copies of Phenomenova have I sold? Of issue 2 have I sold? Issue 1 I know I've sold probably, definitely over 600. I don't think we've hit 700 yet, but we will. And that's not including digital copies. So issue 2, this is excluding digital copies, which I've already sold a total of 17 of those. Issue 2, let's see, 63 plus 63 plus 19 plus 46 plus 4 plus 8 plus what was this? No. 2 4 plus this is 8 plus 8 plus. All right. So there we go. So I have sold 200 copies of issue 2. That's good. In January. That's fucking good. Unless I did the math wrong. 200 copies of issue 2. All right. Good shit. Good shit, boys. Thank you guys. You guys rock. And again, I'm going to hit the con scene as hard as I can, as fast as I can. And yeah. Yeah. All right. And let's see what you guys, because I haven't checked what they all, like what each cover sold and what is the most popular right now. But I am curious. The Chapo cover seems to be very popular. Mariano is an artist who I want to work with more in the future. For sure. It always depends on the audience that's in the chat. What is the most popular? 140, baby, in 15 days. That is very January. 140 people said, I'll give this man my hard-earned money for this book. You guys rock. You guys really rock. End this Volcoma for $1.99 said, end this homosexual stream at once. Well, you're still here after 2 hours. Aren't you? You can't stay away. That's why. You can't resist. Volcoma, or should I say Jim Alaska? It's clearly just Jim Alaska. It's literally just Jim Alaska. I think I might read some X-Men after this, or maybe do some work. We'll see. But yeah, I think I'll call it. Got 2 new backers today, which is great. And I also had a con this weekend. And I will also be at Garden State Winterfest next weekend. Let me go ahead and touch on that. Well, I was already going to do it anyway, so it did. Here's the thing. I said that before you sent the super chat, so it's like, hey, I'm going to end the stream soon. Then you go, end the stream. And you go, see, no, it didn't work because I was going to do it anyway. In fact, I'm considering staying on out of spite, but I'm not spite driven. Yeah, I agree. Thank you for the money, man. You, by the way, my biggest supporters tend to insult me the most, I do notice. As well as my biggest haters, don't get me wrong, they also insult me. But that's the problem, is everyone insults me. So I'm like, supporters, at the end of the day, they're all like it's hard to do a Venn diagram. It's like one's fans, Vaughn's haters, and they're both like, Vaughn sucks. Vaughn's gay. That's pretty funny. So good that you have attractive women on screen. Well, that's true. But I mean, to be fair, who runs the fashion industry? A lot of gay guys. Because that's one of the things too, is they're always like, so, I'm not saying I am, a lot of words to admit I own, cope and seethe. That's all I have to say. Whatever helps you sleep at night, buddy. Whatever helps you sleep at night with your creepy Von Coleman body pillow that you totally will deny having. Fucking weirdo. Mel Ruby is so dude. Mel is another artist I want to work with. Great guy, and he's like he wants to work with me again soon. We have to find the right project. I have to make sure I have enough money, but I would love to work with Mel. Mel asked me, he's like, "Do you want to work on a project together?" I'm like, "Yeah." I just have to find the right one. Because I already have Phil up with Phenomenova. I'd love to get him to do even like fill in issues, but dude, I would love to work with Mel more. He's fantastic. He's such a nice guy too. Like, I'd love to meet him in person one day. But Mel, great guy. And if anyone wants Mel to do some work for them, let me know. I can get you in contact. All right, Jim Alaska. Whatever you say, Jim Alaska. It's just Jim Alaska and it all. I'd love to see Adam Miller do a cover for you, but he's expensive. Adam Miller. Hang on. So why does he sound familiar? What does he do? Are we he sat hang on. Is he the one who does the trading cards? Are we following each other? He is. All right, he's the trading card guy. Yeah. All right. He's great. He's very good. Very, very good. I'd love to get him to do something. Oh my God. I'm checking out. Yeah, his stuff is fantastic. I would love to get him to do some work for me. There's so many artists I'd love to hire. I keep shaving it. Yeah. Yeah, he's great. He's great. Dun, 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 dun. All right, yeah. I have some artists for issue 3 picked out, that some of which I think will excite you. May or may not be getting another Hunter Ninja Bear artist to do. So we already got one of them. But all I'm saying is there may be another artist who worked on Hunter Ninja Bear who I would love to see draw an issue 3 cover and has already agreed to it. So that there may or may not be there's some other artists who've been on my channel that I may or may not be getting to do some work for me. But that will all depend on how well issue 1 does. And considering how well it's done in January, imagine how well it'll do when people actually have money. In the meantime, I'm working on building my following. And I've been gaining subscribers at a really good rate. I'm very happy with my performance as of late. I really am. These Sonic fans, I'm telling you, man, it is like, especially being at this tiny con and the concentration of Sonic stuff dwarfs the attention the comic book industry is getting. Which, to be fair, okay, that's not fair. That's like kicking a child that's in a wheelchair. I'm sorry, but that's true. Like, people don't care. My generation, I wish they did. My generation doesn't care about comics, man. Let alone good comics. They're like, oh my God, did you read the new X-Men? I'm like, either no, which is 90% of the time the answer. I'll be like, they're like, you read House of X? I'm like, unfortunately. Well, okay, here's the thing. I liked House of X in a vacuum because I couldn't wait for the reveal that it was some weird mind control. Because I was like, this is so cool. The X-Men would never do this. I can't wait for the mind control reveal. Yeah, it's more kicking it really is. Like, dude, like people, like this one girl who bought my. I will say this is a good thing. This one girl bought a comic. She goes, "This is the first comic I've ever bought." Because I got it because she was dressed as Liu Kang, and I was like, "Oh, is that Liu Kang's my main in Mortal Kombat?" And then while she's hanging out at the table, she bought my comic. You know, I got some first-time comic book readers, which I'm hoping to do. That's the thing with Phenomenova is I'd love to get people that have read all the classics, but at the end of the day, I gotta just get people that pull people from gaming, pull people from all this. Like how I got pulled in. I got pulled in to Batman through movies, then video games and animated shows. And then I did not kick a woman at a convention. No, that was I did not kick a woman who bought my comic book at a convention. That would not be that would be something Volcoma would do. My evil twin. But Von Coleman would not do that. She buys my comic. No, I would never do that. In fact, I would disavow that in the strongest of terms. But Volcoma would do that. That bastard. Not even. Yeah. So I just destroy customers' cars. I'm just kidding. I don't do that. I don't do that at all. Only a complete and total asshole would accuse me of doing such a thing. Hey, Bat Sauce, if you're watching, fucker. Beep beep. I'm Bat Sauce. Beep beep. I'm Bat Sauce. Beep beep. Dude, Indian YouTube, Indian YouTubers, the best tech support channels you'll ever get. Also, I travel from place to place via hot air balloon like a true villain with facial hair. I believe it. Dude, that's a Chad way to transfer. I would love to do it to hang out in a hot air balloon. That'd be so cool. That'd be sick nasty, man. That'd be, I'm just saying it would. I haven't been in a hot air balloon, but I would. Wonder what those indie guys that are only with Diamond. That's what I mean. So we were going through the closure on my stream, and I was like, this because everyone's like, the industry is screwed. And then I was like, because I thought at least Marvel was still with them. They had like Boom Studios and like maybe Dynamite, and that's it. And I was like, well, no wonder they got fucking bankrupt. Like, yeah. Of course. We also learned that I don't know anything about Chapter 11 bankruptcy. Let the record show. But I was like, oh shit! I guess this doesn't really affect the comic book industry that heavily at all. DC and Marvel are not affected by this, or Image, And I was like, so who? So I guess that everyone's fine. I'd love to get Phenomenova in stores one day, but as it stands, what's going on, John? How you doing, man? Dun, 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 dun. I'll give you my hot air balloon guy's number. I'm sure you will. I'm sure that'll pop up in my DMs any second now. Let the record show Jim Alaska, my biggest super. I'm sorry, I mean Volcoma. Jim Alaska is my biggest super chatter lately. He'll shit on me all I want, but he'll pay me to do it. So, who's really winning? I am, as always, with the record show, as always. So, let's see. The favorite cover right now seems to still be the main cover. That's cool. Okay. You can't tell me what to do, Volcoma. Also, if you're my evil twin, why would you have a different last name for me? Idiot. Oh, hang on, where is it? All right, so Garden State Winterfest is next weekend. So if you want the chance to see me in person, I will be at multiple cons in New Jersey. If you're at any cons in New Jersey, chances are I will be at them. Garden State Winterfest, baby. Check that shit out. So let's look at the guest list real quick. See, I will also be at the Summer Fest, by the way. I'll also be at Anime Fest too. So all the Garden State Comic Fests I will be at. So, all right, these two. Terrifier too. I wonder who she was in Terrifier too. Then we got Riley Brandon was just in a stream with. Nick Capone. Oh, Nick. So Nick did, if you guys are there, if you want to bring your copies of Phenomenova, Nick not only covered the Chapo cover, but he also colored for stuff that you already have in your hands. He colored, he colored this. The Dark Cloud mini print by Zach is colored by Nick Capone. So if you see him do that, he also, Purity 2 is coming out soon and Purity issue 3 as well, which I've edited both of those. So I will happily sign any of those. But that's another book I worked on. Nick did color the Mariano Chapo cover for Phenomenova issue 2. He also colored both trading cards for issue 2, the Golden Gallant one and the Hotline trading card. So Nick has done a lot of coloring work for me. Great guy. He will be there. Of course, Vaughn Coleman, the greatest, the GOAT, will be there. Ava, she's a good friend of mine. Jan and Tom, those two are great. Bob Sharon, great guy. Scott Hanna. I'd love to get Scott Hanna to do something at one point. Bob Wycheck, great inker. Keith Williams, see him all the time. Keith Williams is a good dude, good people. But yeah, it's a small con, but it's a good list. And again, if you missed any of those Phenomenova issue 1 variant covers, swing by. He's they're nice. Probably. They'll probably like me. You know, and give me money for my book. So, I mean, you would know what all the unwatched gays like, right? Right, Jim Alaska? You would. Intimately. I'm going to probably be at more Jersey shows. But what do we got? 11 people watching? Sure. Hashtag. It's supposed to be at. All right, guys. So that's going to be it for this stream. It looks like the main cover, but I'm going to look at the results now that I actually have had a lot of people back me. Again, I just launched an Indiegogo for those that prefer my option, but I'm also on Fund My Comic. Ten out of 10 would kick. Do it, pussy. Swing by in person. I'll be at a lot of cons this year. You'll have ample opportunity to kick me in person. Go ahead. All right, guys. I'm going to go ahead and play that outro for Phenomenova issue 2 as we head out. Again, Fund My Comic and Indiegogo. See you guys.
I just want it to be like the Crusader Corps. Like my father. I thought with my new powers I could be. But I failed. I let everyone down. I got people hurt. I just wanted to make the world a better place. And instead I made things worse. But now I have the chance to make things right with the help of one of the Crusader Corps. The Phoenix Senshi. And I will. I have to. Whatever it takes. I will find that spark again.